I have dinner started. Tonight I'm making this gravy noodle meal. I make it a lot for me and my husband. Tonight's dinner is not a healthy meal, but it is very delicious and quick to make. All that it is noodles, ground beef, and gravy, and I usually just use like a country gravy packet. I don't make it myself or anything. It's just a cozy evening. I started reading The Frozen River and I just didn't want to read it anymore. I don't know. But I'm on page 83 of this book. I stopped reading it because I just wanted a romance that was like less intense. That book has a lot of mature themes and intensity, if that makes sense. It's about this murder, maybe. It's kind of like a mystery too, because we're not exactly sure what happened to this guy. One person is saying that it was a murder, another person is saying that it just happened. So I just wanted something a little bit more low stakes and not so, intense. I'm now reading this book. It's part of the Baxter family series, and this one talks a lot about John and Elizabeth, which are like the matriarchs of the family. The first 5 books talk about them, and so it just goes back and tells their love story. I am now on chapter 10 of this book and page 122. This one is definitely not my favorite. It's a very different style to the other ones, and they talk about their story a lot in, I think, book 5 of the Redemption series. So a lot of it is kind of repetitive, but I'm enjoying it, and I'm able to also listen to my husband and watch him watch football, which is cool. I'm just cooking dinner, and then I'm just going to continue to read. I thought about doing my nails, so I might do that. But anyway, I'm going to finish dinner and then I will be back. I am so thankful for my husband's help, because I just do not think that this kitchen cooking life is for me. I feel like every meal that I make tastes disgusting, and I always seem to be catching everything on fire. Why does this happen? I don't know. Apparently there was something in the burner and I guess it caught on fire. I just finished doing my nails and I do not like them. I wanted to do like wintry, like blue, sparkly, and white, and I thought that would look cute, but my sister usually does my nails and I feel like she does so much better. But I really wanted my nails to have some color because they were looking dead and dry. So I painted them and that was fun, but it took way more time than I thought it would. And I'm excited to get to reading again. I did get this box of books. They had some Karen Kingsbury books that they didn't want, and so they gave them to me, and I'm so excited. Oh, this isn't even Karen Kingsbury. And some not, apparently. I'm excited because I love reading, and I'm excited to try some of these books. I read this book before. This is part of the Baxter family, but I don't have these in physical copies, so this, take 3 and take 4. Oh, and take 2. I have this whole series now, the whole set, so that's cool. And, okay, so this must also be a series. Okay, and these are the last 2. I'm excited to have some new books to put onto my bookshelf and some books that I can read, because a lot of these I have not read before, and other ones I just don't own, and so it's cool to have them and to own them. I just think that's cool. So anyway, I just wanted to look at those real quick, and now I'm going to go back out with my husband and read my books. I decided that I wanted to crochet a little bit, and if you watched my video of me talking about my favorite books of 2024, I talked a little bit about the fact that I was making a book blanket both for 2024, but then I was going to do one for 2025 where I made granny squares for each book that I read and try to make it match the covers. And so far I've read 8 books and I've made 7 squares. The last book that I read, Redeeming Love, I haven't made a square for yet. The first book that I read was Karen Kingsbury's Coming Home, and so this is the granny square to go with it. The next book that I read was The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and so I made this one. I think it's actually too small, so I might have to remake this one. Pride and Prejudice, I listened to this one on the audiobook, and this is the best that I could come up with that looks like the covers of that. This one is A Christmas, Baxter Family Christmas or something like that. And then this one was for Frozen, the Twisted Tale Frozen book, Conceal Don't Feel. This is for Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. And then this is the last one that I did, and I don't know if I want to remake it or not because I don't know if I like it. But this one's actually for my mom's book, Choosing Happiness. So I don't know if you can see like the yellows, like it's mostly yellow, so I kind of want to do it where it's more yellow all in a row instead of dividing the yellow. I think I'd rather just it be black, then the red, then 2 yellow, and then the black border, but I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to redo it or not. Those are all the granny squares that I've made so far. I'm actually so proud of myself for learning how to make these, and it's been a lot of fun to do this. And so I was listening to an audiobook, so I was able to do this. I was listening to the Frozen River, and I was about 100 pages in, a little bit more than 100 pages in, and I wasn't loving it, but I wasn't hating it. I just had no opinions towards it yet. But as I started listening to the audiobook, I started getting really invested into the story, and it's very interesting. I'm now 67% apparently, so I might have to just put it on the screen. I don't think I'm going to listen to that anymore or read it, because I thought about coming in here and right before bed reading it a little bit, but I don't know. There's a lot about death, a lot about murder, a lot about just a lot of mature topics that I just don't want to be reading about right before I go to bed. So instead I'm going to put this away, and I'm going to continue reading this book for a little bit until I fall asleep. But I'm really enjoying this book so far. I love Ephraim right now, or Ephraim as they like to call him on the audiobook. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's very, very interesting, and it's not anything what I thought it would be like whenever I read the synopsis on the back. It's not how I thought it would be at all, but it's very interesting, and I'm really enjoying the storyline, and I can't wait to see what happens. I'm still so confused and just waiting to see what happens. But anyway, I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm going to read this and go to bed. So I think that might be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. It's been a really relaxing day. I've enjoyed relaxing and doing my nails, listening to my audiobook. It's not exactly the way that I thought this evening would go. I thought I was just going to read, but I ended up doing a few other fun things that I enjoy doing. I actually got Spotify Premium just to listen to that book because I didn't want to find a new book because I already am in the middle of a few books, and so I don't want to get in the middle of too many books at the same time. So I'm so glad I was able to find an audio version of that book. That way I can still do other things that I want to do, but I can still be reading at the same time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so that you can know when I post, and comment down any ideas you have for me to record in the future. Comment down any book recommendations that you have for me. I'm always looking for more books to read, especially if they're historical fiction, and especially if they're Christian. Nightingale and The Frozen River are 2 new historical fiction books that I've read this year, and neither of them are Christian books, so I really want to get into more Christian historical fiction. And I do have a few Sarah Sundin books that I haven't read yet that I actually own the copies of, and I pre-ordered for her new book that she just wrote, and I think it's coming out I think in February. Pre-ordered for that, so I can't wait to read it. I need more recommendations for historical fiction especially, or if you have any Christian romances, anything like that. But anyway, I keep talking, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next time.